They're not in my house now. If they were, they'd be shot and dead. So if you're in my house... Questions?
Boogly boogly, bitch.
No, you're supposed to be in the house.
There's some hose.
What about me? Can I be in the house?
Tell your kids to leave.
Dad,
Oh,
can I
Frank.
be in the house, please?
Yes.
I
All right.
Go steal the leftover
Everyone all right? Everyone good?
Trash.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we all ready?
Scarfreak?
It's already going.
Oh, lovely. Cool. Thank you for joining us. For Jesus Christ. Any hoozles. This is NFRL Oshkosh Showdown 300. Where we die. This is the end. This is the end. No one is racing after this. Anyways, I'm gonna go down the grid. We're gonna start this fucking super long race. Hope you guys have fucking right tires. Make sure you have them bought.
Okay, we're good.
I practiced with them on. I still wanted to make sure. Bless you.
Oh my God.
Look, kid. Anyways, Frank.
Yep.
Pudgy.
Clown. Down east.
I don't know. Why are you shouting at me? Well, I'm just trying to not.
Swanee.
I'm gonna eat it all before you even get there.
What the fuck? Car freak.
Well, how about you ask Grandpa fucking Pickles over there?
Alright, bye car freak. Have fun.
Actually, why don't we do it a little different today? After you start the race, I'm going to do a pre-race interview.
God. Jesus Christ, Lord. We don't have enough time for that.
Yeah, you do. You sort of do.
It's only a 5-minute lap time.
And no offense, you're so laggy, most of us won't understand you.
There's not an extra lap.
I have enough time, trust me.
Alright.
Wonder who's gonna interview.
I'm gonna get to the fucking start line and be racing while he's asking questions.
So, Pudge, are we just forming up at the first restart zone?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's just a go.
Either one style.
Okay.
False start check.
Right. This time?
Yeah,
Single
odds
file.
right, evens left. Yes, I ate all yours because you didn't want it. For some reason, there's kids in my cockpit.
What?
Well, on that note, Swan, this is Formal Guy up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I'm a little busy though, sorry.
Anyway, so,
I hear that 2-car wants to talk though.
I hear you want to talk. So you're the defending series champion trying to win another one. How you feeling?
Not great. You know, just trying to...
Alright, good. See you after the race.
Just gonna try and do it.
Alright, what's up guys? Formal Guy 01 here and welcome to the NASCAR Fantasy Racing League. Tonight is a big night. This is the Oshkosh Series, or sorry, the season championship for Season 3. We're going to crown us a Series champion, and this is one of the most unique championship races I've ever seen because they brought these cars to a track that we've never raced at before, 850 horsepower, and funny enough, only the 5 championship guys are racing tonight in this race, so yeah, it's going to be a big one. The winner of this race will officially be crowned Oshkosh Season 3 Series champion. And right now, this is at Circuit de la Sarthe, and again, this is a humongous racetrack. We're not going to do a full pace lap before going green, so these guys are going to go green right here at the start of this straightaway. I'm not sure where the actual marker is, but yeah, this is the Oshkosh 300 at Circuit de la Sarthe, and it's going to be a 2-stage race, 10 laps and then 15 laps. And we are green, the Oshkosh Championship. Now again, this is the final race of the season. It's crazy that we're already through a season. Again, we cut this season short just because we don't want to be racing through all of the really good holidays coming up, so very understandable why they're doing it this way. And yeah, even with just 5 cars on the track, remember, all of these guys are racing for a championship. And also, Oshkosh does not have any money prizes on the line, so they're not racing for any actual money or prizes. However, they're racing for bragging rights. And right now, I do believe in the draft, they're going to slowly climb all the way up to maybe 230 miles an hour. Clone to the outside of the 48 car. He's going to go for a pass and try to go for the lead here. Car's loose in the back. I think that might have been Pudge. They are 3 wide for second place. Now they're actually 3 wide for the lead. Clone just got punted way out into the sand. He got reset. Down East goes to the lead with that. Frankie's in second, Pudge third. So Clone made a very aggressive move to try to get all the way up to the front. He got there, but then somebody punted him from the back. So that did not work. Don't forget, y'all, Monday is the big day. That's going to be the Cup Series Championship. 4 stages live at Blue Moon Speedway. Crown us a Cup champion, and also the winner of that will take home $110. God, these cars at this racetrack. Frankie overshot it. Not as bad as the 16, though. Frankie's going to go to the lead in that 48 car. Oh, Swan is all over Pudge's bumper. Pudge got loose on corner exit. Frankie's now going to get a really good corner exit in that 48 car. Clone is still way in the back trying to keep that 3 car in contention. Also, I cannot confirm when it will happen, but I do hear there is rain on the way. And at some point I can back out and check the weather radar for this racetrack because I do believe it's going to rain. Now, who do I have as my picks tonight for the championship? Well, considering it should rain, I do think Pudge should be in the talks because Pudge is one of the best rain racers we have. As far as the dry track, Swan has a lot of pace and Down East, so I think it's between Swan and Down East if the track stays mostly dry. But if the track does go wet, I do believe Pudge is going to be in contention for the win. Pudge just overshot that the first part of that chicane there. Swan's going to dive to the inside and try to get around him. So Frankie will officially lead the first lap. These two are door-to-door coming out of that last corner there. Clone is just now coming across the start-finish line. You see him way in the back there. Again, Pudge and Swan have been racing together a lot this season, and they have certainly been getting into each other, so that's going to be something to watch for today. And again, this wasn't exactly my choice for the championship track, but bringing cars to the first, a track that they've never been at before for a title race, that is certainly bold. Frank got really loose. Down East is going to go to the outside for the lead. And they can send it way outside of that corner there because here's the beautiful thing. Sarth does have track limits, but since we are a league, we can make our own track limits, and yeah. They are able to send it way wide through that corner there before the straightaway. Now Frankie and Down East are going to work together and draft down the straightaway, and it looks like Pudge and Swan are going to do the same thing. And yeah, it's Friday. A lot of cool things happening in the football world. It sucks that Joe Burrow got injured last night and now he's out for the season because I'm a Ravens fan and I was watching that Ravens game and I saw Burrow having issues with his right wrist, but I didn't think it was that big of a deal. And then the Bengals announced this morning that he's out for the season, so I hate seeing that because Burrow is certainly one of the better younger quarterbacks in the league right now, so I love seeing him play. Coming down the back straight here right now, the top two have a 3.6 second gap over Pudge and Swan. Looks like the top two really started breaking early. Pudge actually got around the 5 car there. Frank got really loose, went up into the sand. He's going to hold it though. The back 2 cars did not make up much time at all going through that corner, but now all of a sudden Down East with a 5/10 gap to the lead. And again, usually I have track history, usually I have stats for the track and all that stuff, but there's nothing to say about this place. This is brand new. So it's going to come down to whoever can tame this road course. We've had a few road courses on the schedule this season, certainly, but This is truly one of the most unique tracks we have. Lap times around this place are 3.5 minutes for one lap, so that's just insanity. Pudge is holding off Swan in the back there. Swan might be trying to get to his bumper and see if he can push him a little bit. Pudge and Swan are going to hope that they can stay together and the top two do not stay together, because that might allow them to get all the way up there and challenge. Also, Frankie is confirmed as the Oshkosh Season 3 Rookie of the Season. Because again, he didn't have, I don't think he had any other rookies competing against him for that, so it was kind of automatic, but he still proved that he is one of the better rookies we've had in this series, because he's obviously in the championship round. He is the Rookie of the Year for all 3 of the top series, because he actually got into the championship round for all 3 series, so that's really cool as a rookie. Coming down to this last chicane here. Frankie was really struggling right there. Car got wicked sideways, so that will officially separate Frankie and Down East. Down East now with a 1.9, now 2-second gap. Pudge and Swan are still pretty close together, and now with the top 2 not, they're going to see if they can make up any ground on the back straight there. Up with the leader in that 16 car. It's crazy right now that Down East is leading the championship race, because last season for this series he did not have a good season at all in that 16 car. He didn't win any races or stages. Frankie, I do believe, just wiped out into the wall. Yep, that was a hard lick for that 48 car. I don't think that's going to be a caution flag, but that's going to help Swan and Pudge catch right up to him. In fact, they're going to be going way faster than him, I do believe, so I think they might just go right around him. Let's see what he does. Yep, Swan's going to go around. Pudge is still way in the back. I think Frankie might try to let Pudge catch up, because those two are RFK teammates. Yeah, with Down East, last season didn't do much at all, but this season just came out swinging. He won 2 races, and right now he's battling for a title. And he suffered a pretty horrific loss in the FES Championship. Came up 2nd after having the best season out of anybody in that series, so I know Colleague was really upset that they couldn't pull that out, but they're still here today fighting, and they still have a chance to win the Cup Championship on Monday, so definitely got to keep an eye out on these Colleague boys. And again, at the start of the season, Colleague basically didn't exist, and now not only do they exist, but they are more than relevant. They are basically in everybody's conversation. That is a big gap. That is 5.2 seconds now to 2nd place. Now we should probably watch this group of 3 cars here, because if there's a caution, one of these 3 are probably going to bring it out. Pudge, oh my, Pudge and Frankie, man, those RFK guys, their cars are so loose. Coming down this straightaway here, they're currently on lap 3, so I do cars come down pit lane, because to my knowledge the typical pit window for these cars is about 3 to 4 laps in that window. Now again, maybe, oh god, Pudge and Frank are both loose. Pudge is going to lose it and spin around. Oh, he actually kind of saved it with help from the wall, but yeah, now he's going to fall way off pace. I don't think that's going to be a caution. Looks like Down East is still going full steam up front. Also, we got to keep an eye on the weather, because I'm not sure what that's going to be looking like here as the race progresses. Nobody's coming down pit lane yet, and I know that the first lap was kind of like a half lap kind of deal, because they didn't get going until the straightaway, but now I'm just curious when that first car is going to come down pit lane, because that's probably going to bring everybody in behind them. Yeah, it's been a fun season. I hope y'all have really enjoyed all the races we've done, and also check the description of this video and all the new ones going forward, because we do officially have playlists for all of the current seasons that we've been commentating. So FES Season 3, Oshkosh Season 3, and Cup Season 5. You can watch all of those seasons start to finish on demand on our official playlist, so please do so if you want to see more of what the NFRL has to offer and watch more of these guys racing around. It certainly is fun. I'm going to look back at Swan here, because now all of a sudden, every single car is just spaced out. And now it's going to come down to pure driver skill. Pudge was maybe 2 inches away from that wall on corner exit. And we talked about Swan. I jokingly did a little half-effort like question interview thing at the start there just as a joke, but Swan is your defending series champion for this series. He won last season at Daytona. And yeah, he came into this season hoping he would carry all the momentum, and he certainly did. I mean, I think he's won 3-point races this season. Here's the cool thing. He's won 3-point races. Clone has won 3-point races and the opener, the Turtle Beach Showdown. And that means Stuart Haas has gotten 6 wins on the season, so that is certainly awesome to see from these boys. I think Stuart Haas still has most wins on the current season, if I'm correct. Because Pudge, I'm not sure if he won anywhere, he might have. But yeah, there's been a lot of different wins going out to a lot of different teams, so that's always cool to see. Swan right now, he's 5.7 seconds off of the 16 car. Looks like Downey's got a little bit better of a corner exit there on that one. And yeah, for the FES series, the main talk has been Down East versus Swan. That's basically been the entire talk of the season. And then for this series, it's kind of been the same thing, except Clone came out of nowhere, and Clone actually has the most win stickers on his car out of any active driver here today. Oh god, sounded like Pudge was about to go off into the deep end. As we look at Clone here, he's racing his throwback car that he raced at Watkins Glen, and he has certainly had speed this season. I had a little talk with him before the race today, and I mentioned that this is his first championship race since Cup Season 2. Now, I know what you're thinking, that's a long time ago since we're right now in our 5th season, but that just means that Clone came back swinging this season. He won a race in Oshkosh. He won literally 4 different races in Oshkosh, counting the Turtle Beach Showdown. And yeah, he's had speed in all the series. Even when he raced the FES series for a couple of races, he still had a lot of speed with that car. So, and he took a runner-up finish in the Winston points. Literally, he never fell outside of second in the Winston series. Like, that is just insane. That kid has certainly proven that he is one of the best that the NFRL has to offer for drivers. And a lot of times, maybe he wasn't sure about himself. Maybe he saw some inconsistencies and just thought that he wasn't worthy to be in the talks of some of the best, but he is certainly one of the best that the NFRL has. And again, it's been so fun being able to watch him along with all the other drivers from the commentator stand here. So that is a really loud horn, whatever that was. So yeah, the back 3 cars are going to pit. It looks like Down East and Swan are confident enough that they can make it one more time around. That's kind of wild, actually. And something I did not do last time where we had a race where the weather could change, I was not watching the tire compound, so we're going to see if these guys are looking at the radar and see if anything's going to be coming down. Also, this is interesting because these guys, I do believe, are entering lap 5, so that means that they will not be able to make it to the end of the race without coming down pit lane again. And also, these guys aren't even changing tires. So they must be pretty confident that they can make it without getting into the wet stuff. Actually, while we're on that topic, I'm going to look up at Down East here. So Down East is still leading by 5.4 seconds. We're going to back out of this, and we're going to look at our weather radar. So this shows the previous hour of the weather moving. Kind of wish there was a button to like pause this so we could actually look at it frozen, but let's see if there's anything here. No. Radar is actually pretty clear, so these drivers have nothing to worry about right now, so that's pretty cool. Why is all my stuff turned off? That is so stupid with the display. So the fastest lap currently is that 16 car with a 322.817. Right behind him is a 324 with that 5 car. And you got 325 in the 48 car. Clone ran a 326. And Pudge also ran a 326. So Down East certainly has a clear time advantage in that 16 car right now. Even though Swan has slowly started to take time out of that lead gap. And my only question now is I think both of these guys have to come down pit road this time, so who's going to have the better fuel and who's going to be able to get out of pit lane first? Definitely going to be something to watch for. See the gap right there, now it's up to 5.3 seconds. Actually, Down East gained a couple of tenths in that last corner. Now, if neither of these top two guys pit this time, I'll be really shocked, if I'm being honest with you. Alright, while Down East is using every single bit of that racetrack. Again, we outlined the track limits before the race started tonight, and everybody knows where they can and cannot take their cars. So with Down East coming, Swan's going to follow him, so let's see where these boys are. And Swan has less gas than Down East. Holy crap. So Down East should be able to get back out there quicker than the 5 car and probably increase his lead by, I would say, a couple of tenths at least. Oh boy, this is going to be wild. Now, the back half of the field did not take tires. Let's see if these top two do. Nope. And let's see if Swan does. Swan is going to take tires, so Swan will be the only driver out of the 5 to take tires. Oh boy. So now he's going to fall back even more. So, there's your new gap. 12.1 seconds to the 5 car. And that has actually allowed Frankie to close up on the 5 just a little bit. Still 2 seconds off, but still way closer than what he was before those pit stops. God, I'm questioning so hard who made that call for tires. Then again, you're stuck back in second. You weren't really making up much of any ground at all, so you might as well try something. And you never know. If this race goes completely green for the rest of the way, for the stage, I should say, and there's no rain where they have to change their tires, you never know. That might be enough time for Down East tires to go bad, and Swan might be able to close that gap. But again, 11.6 seconds, that's going to be a pretty big gap to try to close up. Come down the straightaway here, all the gaps are pretty evened off. Nobody is working with anybody. Pudge is stuck in dead last back in that 2 car. Maybe a little in-car camera with the 2 car here. Man, that is so loud. I'm trying to see if maybe I can see what the speedometer says. Let's see. I'm not sure which of those numbers is the speed. Maybe that one that's bouncing around 219. So yeah, I think this car is going about 219 miles an hour down this straightaway. We're going to watch this aggressive braking done by this 2 car down to this corner. And Pudge missed that braking zone just a little bit, and now that car is still wicked loose. Yeah, man, I'm shocked we haven't had a caution because I know there's only 5 cars, but again, there was a couple of little mishaps there near the beginning of this. Now looking at the gap between the top 2, it is 10.2 seconds. So Swan has actually knocked off about a second so far. There's going to be 4 laps to go, so I mean, realistically, you have to knock off about 2.5 seconds per lap if you want to get to Down East by the end. If you ask me, I really don't think those new tires are going to be that much quicker. 16 car, man. He is dialed in right now. I must say I'm pretty happy to get this season officially in the books. And again, I don't know what next season's going to bring. I don't know if I'm going to be commentating at all, and if I do, I'm not sure how much of it I'll be doing, but I have really enjoyed this. Holy crap, I thought Swan was dead there. I thought he was going way off into the sand. And Clone is coming back down pit road. He has 60 gas. We're gonna watch his tire choice here, because this might be the move where he tries to think ahead of time, because he's not going to be in contention to win this stage. So I mean, this might be the time where you roll the dice. You depend on rain, and you just say, hey, if it rains, I make out like a bandit. If it doesn't, oh well. No, not going to change tires. He just wants to get gas. Also worth pointing out again, obviously, that the back three drivers all pitted earlier than the top two. Jeez, that was a wild camera view of that car skating by. Gap is now down to 9 seconds, actually going down on the straightaway. 9.7, 9. Why is the gap going down on a straightaway? I'm gonna check something here. Down East car is currently going 214. Swans is going about 219. I don't know, man. Down East, I didn't see how much he filled to. I think he filled that car all the way up, but I don't know. That 16 car might be a little bit in a risky situation to try to make it to the end. Oh, he got loose on the outside there of that corner. Gap is now 8.6. Oh, Swan messed up that corner a little bit, goes off into the sand. Let's see, 8.7, almost 8.8. Alright, so that's unfortunate because he made up a lot of ground on that straightaway, but now all of a sudden he's losing it back. I tell you, I'm not sure about that 16 car. The fact that he just lost all that time on the straightaway. Say he's 3 seconds red on the stopwatch, whereas Swan is 3/10 blue. So I mean, something is definitely off about that 16 car. And again, we're on lap 7 out of 10. There's going to be 3 laps to go at the start-finish line. So if Down East is saving gas right now, he must be worried. And the other thing to counter that is, Down East had more gas remaining than Swan did when they both came down pit lane. So if Down East is saving, why isn't Swan? Gap to Down East is now back up to 9.1 seconds, so Down East made up a lot of time in this section. Down East did not come down pit lane. 3.3 seconds red on that lap time there. Let's see what Swan runs, even though he's been making a lot of mistakes. Now all of a sudden the gap to him is 10.2 seconds. Swan was 1.8 red. That was terrible laps by both of the top 2 cars. Frankie was 3/10 red. We're going to see what Pudgy can run here. Pudgy just cut that corner. He's actually a 10th blue. Now all of a sudden Swan has fallen behind Frank? Excuse me? Well, the sun is still out. It's not raining, obviously, but, like, what's going on with this 5 car? Yeah, we're in lap 8 out of 10, and all of a sudden this 5 car is just viciously... he's having problems. Frankie is... let's see what happens down the straightaway here. Swan looks like he's slowly reeling him back in. Down East now has a 15-second gap to Frankie. And again, I think Swan's good to get second place, but I mean, again, second doesn't mean anything in this race because, you know, racing for the title, but I think Frankie still has to pit one more time, so we're definitely going to watch that. I'll tell you one thing about Down East. I'll tell you one thing about this race. Caution flag is out. I'm not sure... I'm not sure where that just happened. Sorry. I'm guessing maybe Pudge spun out and crashed coming to that start section before the straightaway. That seems to be the most likely of what happened. Okay, so this is finally going to group everybody back up. There are some dark clouds over in that one direction, so while those guys are doing that, we're going to check the radar one more time. So there you see the track way zoomed in. We're going to keep it zoomed way out so you can see really far out. Looks like it's about 100 miles away from the track that we can see. Still dry, still dry, still dry. No. There's still nothing, so I'm guessing that there won't be much to talk about with tires and whatnot, but now this is going to help people get enough gas to make it to the end. Caution was pretty conveniently timed for some of the front runners. Because again, Down East was running, I'm pretty sure he was trying to save gas on the back straight there, so he certainly loved seeing this. Swan was having all sorts of problems, let the 48 car get around him somehow, coming out of the front straightaway, so some of these guys are going to make some pit stops here and try to adjust these cars. And again, this is only stage 1. The next stage will be the final stage. Usually we run 3 stages for the championship race, but since we only have the championship 5 race, and they agreed that we're just going to run 2. I gotta say, I'm gonna go outside camera here. Look at them clouds right in front of these guys. That does not look good. Does not look good that way either. I don't know if I trust that radar right now. I trust the clouds more than I trust the radar. These guys are still a little bit of ways from the pit road. We're gonna watch this again, because this thing can update and change in the blink of an eye. It's getting super cloudy right now. Anything? Still nothing? Even with all those clouds. Alrighty. Because again, the reason I'm watching that is because a lot of these guys, well, a couple of them, they don't really care for the rain, so that's going to change how they do this pit stop. If they have any remote information that there's rain coming, they might change tires right here. Everybody will be coming down pit lane, even Clone. I thought Clone might have tried to stay out there, but nope, he's going to come down pit lane. So Clone made a pit stop, an extra one, that Down East did not. And Down East only has 4 less gas than Clone. That's insanity. Alright, let's watch these tire compounds, because this is going to be wild. Well, actually, let's see if anybody even takes tires. I know Swan already took a set. Down East will be changing his. Frankie as well. Swan is the only one that does not change tires, because he already did that. Soft tires down the line. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't know, man. I'm really not sure if it's going to rain this stage now. Maybe the biggest move out of all of that is the fact that Swan took the lead. Let me see if I can see if it's going to rain. I mean, right there you see that there's rain on the weather slots. Technically, I think it should be raining by now, but either way. I accidentally hit display all. Not going to do that. Alright, so we're going to watch when that rain might come up, because as you just saw on that event settings tab, it should rain. And if it doesn't rain, I'll be a little bit surprised. So they will go green on this back straightaway restart. So Swan and Down East, two of the championship favorites starting on the front row. And this is the first time since the start that these guys are all grouped up. There are 2 laps to go after they cross the line this time. So it's going to get wild, folks. NFRL Oshkosh Series Championship, the showdown. We're back to green. Frankie gave a great push to Down East. Now Pudge completely abandoned the Haas cars in the right lane. Swan somehow did not have enough time to get into the left lane. Looks like those guys are racing into a monsoon from that camera angle. Swan's going to settle in last. Frankie goes to the lead. Frankie's going to try to link up with his RFK teammate in the 2 car. And now Down East is going to try to pull the Haas cars with him. Okay, Swan abandoned the 16 car. He's actually going to go with the RFK boys. That's interesting. Ooh, they're getting a really pushy, touchy-feely coming down this section. Pudge is going to dive to the inside. They are 3 wide for that 1 spot in the back. Hopefully nobody gets rear-ended. Big puff of smoke. I do believe Frank got a little bit of a tap from somebody. Frank's trying to hold it. Both of the RFK guys are at the front. They're both trying to hold it. And now all of a sudden it's still 2 wide going down this straight section. Frankie is going to hold the lead. Now he dives low to try to block the 2 car. Got to try to keep that 16 car behind you because that 16 car is going to have a lot of speed. Frankie's just running both lanes. Straight up mirror driving. If he does that long enough, he's going to get turned. Oh, heavy braking zone. Looks like Down East was leaning into the 2 car there a little bit. They are, in fact, 3 wide for the spot. Around that tight corner, they maintain 3 wide there for a second. Pudge falls out of it. Now they're 2 wide, 2 cars back. Swan's going to get that spot. Down East is going to fall to 3rd place. Oh boy. Frankie now has a 1.1 second lead. Now the back cars have to try to stay up with him. Swan. Oh, Frankie in the lead just went into the sand. Swan got pushed into the sand by the 16 car. That's going to change things up a lot. Now all of a sudden Clone is in second right behind the 16 car. Oh, Clone's going to go to the inside. He is pushing that car. Look to the 3 car trying to make that move. Down East has to cover every move right now because Clone is using every inch of this racetrack. Off into that tight braking zone with the chicane. Clone's car looks like it's a little bit loose, but he is really controlling it out of that final corner. This will be 1 lap to go for stage 1. White flag is in the air. I don't know what the weather's looking like. I don't know what it's doing. I don't care what it's doing. This is a huge battle for the lead right now. Again, we mentioned that 3 car has the most win stickers out of any car this season. So clearly he has had the success, and right now he's in a position to try to beat Down East for the stage victory. The stage win itself doesn't really mean much, however, it does mean that you would start in the pole position spot for the final stage, and that means a lot. If Clone can stay close enough to that 16, he will be able to draft him going down the straightaway. 3/10, and he's actually sucking up to him, so I do believe he's going to stay in that draft, so here we go. Pudge is out of it. He will have nobody helping him with the draft. Frankie completely fell out of it after he wrecked from the lead. And now here we go. The 3 and the 16, Colleague and Haas. I know this is only for the first stage, but this is still very exciting. Let's see if Clone tries to push him. Oh, he will. He's going to stay loyal for now. Obviously, he's going to try to pass him, but that was a big shot as the 16 got a pretty decent gap to him. Again, another huge shot to the back of that 16 car. Now coming into this tight braking zone. I'm not sure what this is going to do. It's got to make sure you don't late brake here. I think Clone actually early braked. He did not want to take a chance. Decent corner exit by both. Down East pulled on him by a couple of thousands, but now all of a sudden Clone is reeling him back in. Also, the sun is starting to come back out, so I really don't think these guys have anything to worry about with the rain. Oh boy, less than a tenth. Clone is officially on his bumper. Got into the brakes really early, didn't want to pound the 16 out of the way. 16 car went way to the out, or no, the 3 car went way to the outside. I think he might have missed his zone just a little bit. He's off into the sand. I think he's going to fall out of it. That's a shame. He's not out of it yet. He still has time. He just has to hope for Down East to make a little bit of a mistake. You saw the 3 car dive to the outside going through that, the immediate right then left-hander. I think Clone just didn't want to get into the 16, so you definitely got to commend him on that one. He would rather take himself out of contention versus taking some. Coming through these last couple of corners here, you see Clone's all the way out in the blue. He's giving it everything he has, but I don't think he's going to be able to catch up to the 16. Down East with Colleague Racing. He won 2 stages in the FES Championship, but then came up short in the final. And coming into today at Circuit de la Sarthe, I know he's raced this track a lot of times. This is one of his favorite racetracks. Coming down to the final chicane, here he comes. Looks like he's all good, and Down East is going to officially win the first stage of the Oshkosh 300, and that car is starting up front for the final stage for the championship. Pudge brings him 3rd. Swan had a lot of trouble there after that restart and just could not rebound. And then you saw Frankie leading early after that last restart, and then he just fell off too. After he wrecked off into the sand, he was never able to fully recover. How about Colleague, man? They get another stage victory on this season. And that is the final stage that is able to be won. And with that, if I can pull up the stats here, that will be, let's see, current season for Down East, that will be his 5th stage win. Make sure I get that replay, and there are your race results. Sorry, not race results, stage results. Try to say that. Yeah, that will be his 5th stage win on the current season, and that will also be his 10th stage win all time. That is just nonsense. All right. So with that, stage 1 is complete. I do believe I might hop back and chat here in a second. I might not, actually. I might just stay out. Yeah, that was an exhilarating stage. Well, we did a live middle of the race kind of chat thing last week, so this is the championship. So why don't we hop back into the league chat and see what the boys are talking about?
Beautiful.
All right, y'all, we're still on stream. Just remember.
Everyone got the replays? Carfreak, did you?
Indeed.
Okay.
Yeah, touch replay showing up for me. My save.
Okay.
Well, y'all, how's Sarth?
Pretty spread out, to say the least.
Yeah, yeah. It's a lot of just talking and showing single cars running by themselves.
Cruising. We're just cruising.
This is
I
a Sunday drive.
I don't know how it
Basically.
didn't rain.
Either do fucking I.
So that was the rain. Now there's no rain for the last stage.
Yeah, I don't think you know, Pudge.
The
I don't like that.
What?
whole stage torrential downpour.
How to make Swan leave.
101.
Down East might leave too.
Okay, 3-car battle. Let's go, boys.
Pudgy can run in the rain. Frankie
Top
knows.
3, baby!
Yeah, I know, seeing as how you beat my time when I was on full wets and you were on fucking inters.
Yeah. Yeah. Car Freak,
Yes.
you know that thing?
Oh God, what thing?
When we were looking at restart zones and whatnots, the other thing that day?
Yes.
That lobby. I beat it. With
Really?
intermediates.
Mother of God.
I didn't even know I had intermediates on.
Is it my turn to get intermediates and outclass you again?
Me. Shut the fuck up. Stay the fuck up in the booth.
Just remember, after that checkered flag waves, I'm officially on the active roster again.
You are?
Oh yeah, I'm
How's that
racing
for
next
Monday?
season. I meant for Oshkosh, you bonehead.
Oh.
Yeah, you boneser. Oh yeah, we have to have people enter the track. Car Freak, that
I
doesn't
think I'm
mean
just gonna
you.
pack it up and go home.
Huh?
I think I'm just gonna pack it up and go lay on the
Okay, I'm on track. Send it.
Why?
No.
Yeah, the slowest guy's not on track. Hostage.
I'm gonna
Perfect.
be
I don't
honest,
think you
I
can
kinda
race
just
and stream at the same
raced
time.
with down
No, I can't.
Kinda just
Hold on, let me change views so I can see this other car. So how do you think of this race as a whole?
well, you see, the thing is, I don't think.
I think it's better than Death Bomb's race at the Snow Triangle.
What laggy McLagster?
I know why you're laughing.
Yeah, I'm just reading a
exactly
funny
why.
joke online. I can't say it because it's profane, but yeah, that's totally why I'm laughing.
We Drop, motherfucker.
What?
Nothing. You had to have been there. These are grown-up jokes. You're still a child.
2003 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 LS pickup. 2-door.
Who puts LS? Why? Why?
Because why the hell not?
Is it engine swapped?
That's a trim level.
It is? I thought it was just LT.
Just for shits and giggles, they should actually
Oh, it is
put
LS.
LS in there.
That's
The 5.3 is an LS motor technically.
it's WT, then LS, then LT, then I don't know where it goes from there, LTZ or whatever.
LTZ and then 100.
100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 1
Hey, clone.
I think that's it.
Cloney.
Yeah.
I found a Dale diecast I think you might be interested in.
I'm listening.
It's a 143 scale of his Daytona 500 win, but they put a full, like, Dale person standing next to the car, and then it even has a little tiny Daytona 500 trophy on top of the car.
I don't have that.
Swan, do you want it? And then resell it to Clone?
Pudge, we're stupid. I should have given you a link to join Macari.
Oh,
Why?
Swan, you... Oh, my God.
I didn't think about it until, like, last night.
Let me guess, discount?
$10.
Tons.
I'm not worried about it. I get
It's only
20% off my next purchase, so
What? Down east. What?
Hey, Frank's laughing, so...
The picture
That's like my
just makes it
level
10
of
times
type of
better.
meme right there.
I gotta see this now.
Same.
Don't.
Down
Hell
east!
yeah! Wait, that's fight.
Cheesy.
Oh, my God. Well, how about some soda, guys?
Digital footprint. Your stream is still up, right?
Indeed it is.
Why?
This must look really funny right now because they're watching me drive.
Yeah, he doesn't do much of that anymore.
Next season.
Oh dear.
Mechanics.
It is,
Ah,
and
I was on
indeed,
post
it
like
is.
two.
It is. It is. It is. I can tell you it is. And if you don't have a torque wrench, I know exactly how to tell if it's tight enough. If your hand pops, it's not tight enough. Your elbow pops, it's tight enough. When your shoulder pops, bitch is about to break.
Shut up, Frank.
Clone.
Bleh.
What the-
Ew, high points? Ugh.
They're actually not a bad weapon.
I hate them. They're big,
Down east.
We know you were just in a you rolled your car 86 times, but can you still come into work?
Dale after he hit the fourth wall.
No, Squidward actually still breathes.
Well, I think you're gonna like this one.
Why am I reading it in his voice? To everyone that is wondering, we can't say this on stream, but it's
Yeah,
pretty
no.
fire.
Oh my God.
Shake that big.
You,
Oh, down east.
All of those
we
different
don't do that.
faces?
We
Yeah,
don't
brings
do
back memories for me.
we don't do that. We don't bring up them things.
Yeah, I don't either. I was normally just really quiet.
Oh, I was dead quiet.
I like rain.
When are we starting?
In a minute.
That will blow the damn barrel apart.
Oh my.
That gun won't exist anymore.
Actually, it works. It works perfectly fine.
It does.
Speech
For the
and...
first shot, and then you have a fucking.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of the gases escape around the round.
Blam.
That sounds like a fucking spell. Harry Potter. Alec Blam!
The thing is, so I'm wondering if it's self-loading, would that round be able to actually eject, or would it jam?
No, it would jam.
Yeah,
It
no,
wouldn't
there's
even.
no fucking
It
way.
can't load the next round because it's not uh, the loading section
Let alone
isn't long
the
enough.
shell is way too fucking long. It's just Frank. What?
What?
I can get behind that.
I think you want to get in front of
okay,
it.
I get it now.
Oh my.
I just
Alec
found that
Blam.
too.
St. Cox Street.
Avenue.
Oh yeah, I don't think I've posted this yet. Or
Oh,
maybe did I?
Lord.
No, that can't be good.
It's RFK,
No,
baby.
it's a NASCAR one, so it's fine.
Oh, that's RFK, baby.
Oh, I did. I already did, but I didn't post this one specifically.
God, and Fabi told me he was only 18. He's really gone downhill.
All right, well, I'm resetting the lobby, so I got time progression on. It's in really, really light.
Oh boy.
So start my
Also,
stream.
I just noticed the
Why
wind.
can't I see the fucking end of the straightaway, Podge?
I don't know. It's cloudy.
Why? Because the wind is going 32 feet per second.
32?
It was going
Pudge, you're putting us in a
32.2
damn-
feet.
You're putting us in a
Holy
damn
fuck.
tornado.
Tornado.
I'm gonna just start my stream then.
Yep.
Alright,
Everyone
let's go.
join that isn't Car Freak.
Oh yeah, I'm Tony Stewart. Hi.
Next.
That says Car Freak. I don't know who this Tony Stewart guy is, but he's gonna get the boot.
Das Boot.
Well, guys, I can't really stream anymore. I got booted. Can't come back in. So I'm just gonna half commentate off another stream.
I'm gonna go watch Lone Race tonight.
I don't think that's
So-
a good idea.
I'm not doing any interviews, but good luck, y'all. Hope it doesn't go as lethal as I think it is.
It's going to. It always will. Alright.
Do you see the conditions?
It's sunny. It's sunny.
Yeah, and past the sunniness is black death.
Oh, did I tell you that they put the chicanes in this time? So
What?
I'm just kidding.
About to say, I'm clearly looking at the track and it's no chicanes.
It's a glitch. Actually, hold
I'll
on.
enter the track.
I'm waiting for driver intros.
Hold on, my kid needs me.
Yeah,
It's
we do one now.
Gabani.
Yes, we still need to.
Also, is this last stage or are we doing another?
This is last.
Yeah,
This is
'cause
for all the marbles.
I really didn't want to do another one if
This
it's
is
just the
fun.
5
We're
of us.
having fun.
Frank, doesn't matter what you want.
Well, I'm pretty sure some other people would agree with me on that. They don't really want to do another
But
stage.
you don't have the soul power to change that.
I know. Yeah, something that's dumb that I just recently thought about now is why does Gran Turismo not have the Bugatti layout of Le Mans in this game?
I don't know. Why do you touch yourself at night? Shit.
That silence is deafening.
I don't know how to respond. to
Yeah,
that.
there is a stream up!
Sorry.
We got the fries, the fries.
No.
Holy shit!
Squidward's ability to get bitches. What a pussy.
Jesus Christ.
Alright. What did I just hear at the end of that? Anyways.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, goodness. This is the last and final stage of Season 3 of the Oshkosh. I hope you updated your life insurance policy, because you're gonna need it.
I know.
Alright, we're gonna go on this grid. Down east.
My dick is a Comcast bill.
Cloney.
Pudge.
Swan. Frankie.
Yep.
Oh, you just had to ruin it. Car freak.
Oh, sorry.
And there you have it. That's how you make a hot man. He looks like a Discord admin. Man, fuck you.
Have a good race.
Hey, bye, car freak.
All right, y'all. That was the the stage break. Trying to boot something up here. There we go. Hope nothing was cut out of the video there for a second, but all right. Shoot off the fireworks and get the fireworks ready to shoot off whenever we crown ourselves a champion, because here we go. Final stage, 15 laps. This will decide it all. Whoever wins this will be your Oshkosh Season 3 Series champion. And again, the finishing order for that first stage was quite interesting. Down East winning, that's not really surprising, but the surprising thing is Clone finishing runner-up. Swan getting punted back to 4th place, because I think Down East got into the back of him going through one of those corners. But now there's 15 laps to settle it all. Again, this is specifically for bragging rights. Now, Oshkosh could become the first series that has 3 different champions in it, because the 14 team won Season 1, the 5 team won Season 2. So, if Swan doesn't win this and somebody else does, that means there will be 3 different champions racing in Oshkosh next season, perhaps. Now again, Down East, we mentioned he lost the FES championship race. However, he is a champion. We ran a bus series over on Wreckfest, and he did in fact win the bus series championship. So if you want your kids to go to school, Down East will get them there at the fastest times. We can guarantee that. Alright, y'all, this is it. Down East and Clone on the front row. Pudge and Frankie in the second row. Swan lines up in the third and final row back there. Coming down to the restart point. This is going to be big. 15 laps to decide this, and I do believe it is going to rain this stage. And here we go. Green flag. Spectating Clone, because I do believe Clone's line got a little bit of a better jump, especially because they have 3 cars instead of 2. Pudge is giving that 3 car all of the speed he possibly can. Frankie has fallen off with the 16 car just a little bit. Frankie is very quickly going to hop in line behind the other 3. Down East might get shuffled all the way to the back. He does. That's crazy. Holy crap! Swan just hit the nitrous. That was a lag shunt and a half. Goodbye to the 5 car. Oh my god. I don't know what that was about. I don't know why that happened. I think Frankie got into the back of him, and then that just sent him to a new time zone. God. Now again, that wasn't anything like illegal or illegitimate or anything. It was just a lag bump, which is just, that's on the game. It's not on the driver, so no faults. Nobody's at fault there, but Swan is certainly liking it. My God. So now all of a sudden, Swan has a 1.2 second gap, now 1.3 to second place. My goodness, and they are too wide back. Frankie got back in front of Down East. Now Clone backed off. He's going to let the 2 car go in front of him. Frankie did not know where the braking zone was, and he just sent it off into the sand. These 3 cars are running really close together with, I do believe, the fastest car in 3rd out of these 3. Oh! Clone got into the 2 car. That's going to allow Down East to go right by him. These guys are racing so hard, the lead, or the gap to the leader is now 2.2. This crap is getting very wild, I must say. Pudge completely missed his braking zone. Luckily, the other 2 did not. So already, both of the RFK boys are way off pace, and they are basically out of it at the moment. Now Down East and Clone, once again, running really close. Swan has the big lead, but again, Clone and Down East were running really close together there for the win of that first stage. And now Down East is actually gapping that 3 car a little bit. Well, again, we said that Swan is the defending series champion, and right now he is at the lead of this one. I do believe we're going to check the radar a couple of times in this final stage because, like I said, I do believe the rain's coming. I don't know when, but I think it should be, if the radar is correct, it should be around lap 7 or 8. Somewhere a little bit near halfway, that's when it should arrive. Now again, there was rain in the forecast for stage 1, but it never happened, so you never know. Maybe it won't happen in this one either. Oh, excuse me. There's still a big gap in between the top 2 cars right now. Down East is making up a little bit of it now, but now Down East is driving away from the 3 car, so he won't have any problems there. Just remember, in stage 1, whenever they did the first green flag pit stops, Swan had less gas than the 16, so I do believe Down East has a little bit more wiggle room as far as how hard he can push that car to catch back up. I want to see something here. I want to see if Pudge has any win stickers on that 2 car. Oh, he does! I'm trying to remember where he won that race. It might have been at one of the dirt tracks, but I can't remember. Having terrible memory right now. But it's crazy to me that in the 5 drivers we have here today, 4 of them have at least 1 win sticker on their car. I'm going to find out what race Pudge won, because I must know. Before I look up at this list, I'm going to guess the first dirt race. See how wrong I am. I am very wrong. Pudge won the Kenworth 200 at Suzuka East. Oh yeah, that's the race he won because whenever it started raining at Suzuka, Pudge played it a little bit better. Down East shot his car way too far to the outside in turn 1 and basically took himself out of contention. And then Swan just could not get his car to handle in the rain, and Pudge he was able to weather the storm, and he got his race win there. So yeah, that's pretty cool. The gap between the 5 and the 16 is pretty stabilized right now. Every time Down East knocks off a couple of tenths, it seems like Swan makes them right back up. And it's getting a little foggy around these parts. It's starting to be hard to see halfway down the straightaway these guys are running on. It almost looks like Silent Hill out here. I guess with that, why don't we take our first peek at the weather radar. Again, I could practically sit here and watch this radar the whole time because I'm just curious when and if the rain's going to come. But yeah, obviously we'll keep the cameras on the cars for most of the time. Still nothing, still nothing. Oh, there is some rain. Oh boy. It doesn't look like any's going to hit the actual track right now, but there are some rain showers on the outside areas, so definitely need to keep an eye on that. So when that radar got to the final second, like when it actually showed the live weather moving there for a second, it looked like there was some rain to the east, like a big blob of it, and then it was moving southeast though, so it was not going to go over the racetrack. So basically there's rain in the area, it's just not hitting the track at the moment, so looks like these drivers are good for now. Now again, with that, oh my god, it's so foggy. With that weather system moving through right now, I'm curious to see when the main one's going to come through here. Holy crap. Pudge all of a sudden is in last place behind the 48 car. Looks like his car is really loose. Well, if you look at the cars that are in contention right now for the championship, if you look at the teams, Stewart Haas Racing currently has a total of 6-point race victories, and then they obviously won the showdown race at the start of the season. Colleague Racing, I do believe they have... I'm actually looking here right now. They have 2 race victories on the current season. Or no, they have 3 apparently, and they have... Oh wait, no, sorry. Season 3... Yeah, they have 2 race wins and 4 stage wins for Colleague Racing. And then RFK Racing has... 1 race win and 1 stage win. And actually, Haas has way more stage wins than that. Haas has 3 stage wins as well, so yeah. RFK has the least amount of stuff as far as the teams go. Colleague Racing is kind of in the middle, but obviously Stewart Haas fielded 2 really fast cars this season with the 3 and the 5. These RFK guys, man, they're trying their best to go down the straightaway, but the only problem is they can't really see too far down the straightaway right now because of this crazy fog. Down East is slowly starting to reel in that 5 car. 1.76 is the gap. Let's look at the fastest lap times. Down East is actually faster by about 0.4 that last lap. And again, this is basically for bragging rights and for that trophy because this series does not have a cash prize on purpose just to let these drivers race for fun. But again, all of these guys are giving it their most right now. They're trying their hardest to try to get up there and win this thing. So Season 1 and Season 2 of this series, the finale race was at Daytona Speedway. Admin made a choice that Daytona was too much of a wild card track for there to be a championship. And these cars handle pretty trash at Blue Moon Speedway, so we decided to put it up kind of in question to see which track we would go to this season. And I thought we were going to pick one after the cars went to it. Like, okay, the cars did really good here, so we'll go here. No, they decided to go with a track that the cars never went to. I mean, the racing's been pretty decent, except these cars just get wildly separated throughout one of these long runs. Then you're kind of just watching cars just cruising around by themselves. Although this battle for the lead is going to heat up real quick here. Swan got really loose in that corner. Down East had a way smoother corner exit. New fastest lap. Yep, they each just purpled each other. Down East was 0.2 quicker. God, and there's an 8.5 second gap from second to third. Kind of wild. Again, the back 3 cars are so separated, they basically have no shot of catching the front 2. Frankie used every inch of the racetrack right there, almost getting into the sand. See Pudge's car, man? It is just snapping loose. It's going all over the place. Just trying to watch these leaders. I don't think Down East is close enough yet to get in his draft, but if he has a really good second half of the track this lap, I do believe he's going to be close enough next lap. Give you a little in-car action with the 16 car. Tell you what, this race should be over pretty quickly tonight because I thought I saw a raindrop on the windshield. I was about to poop myself a little there, but yeah, only doing 2 stages. It's already 8:20 with 12 minutes done of this stage, so you never know. I'm not sure what Swan's doing. I'm not sure if he's trying to maybe keep the 16 out of his draft. Well, yeah, because the 16's actually pulling up on him just a little bit. Now, this is one of Down East's stronger sections. I think Swan's car is a little bit more unstable than the 16. Down East has a lot of good corner exit speeds. In sections where the 5 car gets a little bit loose, Down East capitalizes and his car stays really stable. That time the gap stayed pretty much the same. Down East did not gain a single ounce of speed there. I tell you, I'm glad it's Friday. Glad it's another nice weekend to enjoy. I still can't believe this is the final Oshkosh race, and then Monday is the final Cup race. Swan is starting to lag a little bit. If I'm starting to lag on my mic, I apologize. I don't know if my internet's doing anything funky right now. Yeah, right now on my screen, Swan is doing the jiggle jiggle. Hope that doesn't stick around. Actually, Swan made up a pretty decent chunk of time there to the 16. Now it's up to 1.5 seconds. And now Swan's going to lose it all right there because he just sent it into the sand. And now Down East is going to go to the lead with ease, as he is currently purple on his lap time yet again. Man, 4.6 seconds. He's still trying to get that car back up to pace speed. And again, we saw last time, I do believe, the 16 and the 5, they pitted where they could do the whole first stage on 1 pit stop, so I'm assuming they can do this stage on 2. Whereas the back 3 cars, they need, I think, at least 3 to 4 pit stops to make this stage, which is just insanity. Gap is 5.3 seconds. I do believe it's about evened out now. I think Swan should be back up to pace. Only problem is, caution is out on the field. I'm not sure why the back 2 cars are pitting at the moment, but yeah. Caution is out. I'm so confused. I really don't know why the back 2 cars are pitting, unless somehow the caution got called after they were on pit road. Well, either way, I'm going to look back at these guys coming down pit road. I don't know why these front runners don't just red flag it right here. They should just sit up there and wait, and then just go green in the second, or go green in this restart zone, but don't go any further. I don't know why they keep going. Well, I do believe Pudge and Frank both filled up. I wasn't really watching there. I don't know what the cause of the caution was, but now all of a sudden these guys are going to have to go pace speed until they get all the way around to the secondary restart zone, which is at that bottom left little kink in the track. Yikes. We're going to be here a while, folks. Well, I'm going to put the mic down for a second and get a little drink, because I have not had much of that so far with this race. And like I said, yeah, all these drivers are kind of just taking a breather right now, because there's a long bit of track left before they get to the restart zone. Alright, y'all. Well, I thought that they were supposed to go green right about here where the Porsche sign is, but I'm guessing other drivers needed to come down pit lane or something like that, so looks like we will in fact have a pit cycle here. Again, that's the only downside to running NASCAR style racing at this racetrack, is because caution time is going to take forever. Oh, sorry about that silence, y'all. We are back. They're green. Pit cycle commenced, and here we go. Swan is going to go all the way to the back of this draft pack. Also, once again, Downies get shuffled to the front. And also, those clouds are looking pretty thick around these parts. Got Pudge diving to the inside. He's going to try to go for the lead. He hasn't led much at all today. Pudge will get back in line there. Looks like Clone is now stuck to the outside. Down East is going to try to take that lead back. Looks like he will. Down East had a really good corner exit there on the outside. And now Pudge is in a position. He's got to try to stay with him and decide when he needs to make that move for the lead. Pudge has been stuck in the back so much today. I think he just wants to get to the lead and try to see if he can hold it. Not sure if he was trying to go for the position. He will actually. He's going to underbrake a little bit. That might have been too much of a run. He's going to shoot off. Down East kind of does as well. And Clone is going to sneak by to the lead. Stuart Haas running 1-2 right now. How about that? A mistake by a couple of the front runners. And now Clone with the lead in that 3 car. Again, still early on. Lots of racing left to do. But still, awesome to see Clone up there in that 3 leading this race. So right now, if this race were to end after this lap, Clone would more than likely become champion, but lots of laps to go. Frankie is off the mark there. He missed his braking zone again. RFK, man, they've been really weird with their braking zones today. They have been missing them a lot, both the 48 and the 2. Clone's going to go way to the outside. That's going to allow Swan to close up that gap. Swan's all over his bumper. I know Swan doesn't want to get into him, though. It's better just to stay behind him for now. Don't cause a big fuss here. Swan to the inside. Let's see if he tries to complete this pass. He won't do it that time. He got into the brakes hard. Oh, Clone's giving it everything he has out of that final corner. So Clone will lead that lap. Great job by him. Swan is still close enough to get in his draft. Swan needs to realize, too, he might as well stay with that 3 car because he's going to need some drafting help going down the straightaway. If these Haas boys can pull ahead of that 16 car and get him out of the draft, that's exactly what they would want. 3 car just messed up his line really bad. He's going to fall to 2nd. Now Clone needs to try to stay with the 5, and if he can, don't pull the 16 with you. There's not really much of a team element here because obviously it's for a championship. It's every man for himself. Now Down East is going to go to the inside of the 3 car. That's a dangerous spot to try to pass. Nope, he's going to back out of it. 3 car merely inches away from the wall. 48 car just wrecked hard into the sand pit. That might be enough for a caution. We're going to see. Leader is still staying on at full steam. So no yellow. I'll tell you one thing that's back there though, gray. Lots of dark clouds. So Down East is working with the 3 car, obviously, because that's going to hopefully suck him right up to the leader. Clone certainly likes seeing that. I'm trying to get to the in-car camera view. So you see on that bottom thing on his display, he's hitting 230 miles an hour with the draft hits, whereas Swan is stuck around 220. So they have definitely closed up a lot of that gap already. He's down to 5/10, 4/10, now into a heavy braking zone. Oh, Clone went way to the outside. Clone had a little bit of a better corner than the 5 car. Here he comes. And Down East did not. Down East is falling off a little bit. I don't think Clone is close enough to get into the 5 car's draft, but again, 1 or 2 corners can fix that. I know they're running close, but literally they're not in the draft. That's insane. They're being very cautious with this braking zone. Clone goes way to the outside again. Down East had a way better corner, I do believe, that time. Never mind, Down East had a worse corner. Jeez. Now Swan's doing what he does best. He has clean air, and he is really showing it. Down East is now closing up on the 3 car. Also got to keep an eye on the weather radar. Yeah, we've decided as a league that next season we're going to try to race kind of in the middle of the year, because we don't want to be racing during all the good holidays. Obviously, we can just take a break, and not race for a week or 2 while the holidays happen, but we just don't want to be obligated with it. We want to be completely free of racing for the holidays, so that's why Monday is the final race of this season entirely, and then we'll be done racing until next year. We've done a lot of racing this season. We started, I do believe, in February for the first of the 2 seasons we ran, and then finished that one in June. We only took off racing until August. We started again first week of August, and we've been racing ever since, so that's why we cut it short. We had a couple of spontaneous breaks that we took during this season. Because of that, we had to actually delay the season even more. We wouldn't have finished the Cup Series until the 2nd week in January, so we did not want to do that. I do believe Clone was trying to do his part to try to hold the 16 up as much as he could. That's not going to do much, though, because now that Down East is free of that 3 car, he's going to be chasing that 5 down. Oh, and with this happening, why don't we get a little check at the weather radar, because we haven't checked this in a while. It's actually been quite some time, so we should see that blob of rain pop up fairly quickly. There you see all that stuff on the outsides of the track. Nothing. Now it's just completely clear, even with all the... Oh, no, it's not clear. Wow, look how close that was. So yeah, definitely rain in the area. But nothing on the track yet, which is just insane to me. Gap to the leader is 1.1 seconds. Seems like the sun's trying to poke out there if you look towards the west there. What's funny to me is, coming down into this sharp right-hander, there's no definite braking zone or marker that these drivers are using. So every single lap, these guys brake at a different point because they don't know how hard they can push that car in there. And that's just funny to me. Yeah, you know, Down East just knocked off 4 to 5 tenths in that corner alone. Down East is hungry. He wants that redemption after FES. That FES race literally crushed that colleague team because they came in and won all of those races, all of those stages. He got multiple weekend sweeps in that series. And to come up short to a car that literally hadn't won anything all season definitely hurt that team. But they're here today. They're giving it everything they have. Swan way to the outside. Down East had a better corner yet again. 16 car, man, he's just... You see every car get kind of loose. Like, you see where their car is unstable just a little bit, but the Down East has the least of that. That car stays mostly perfectly stable almost every single corner. That sand pit right there they just passed, there are tons of tire marks in that sand pit because so many cars have run off into that section. Frankie way back here, he is 18 seconds off of the leader. Again, he has Rookie of the Year locked up, and RFK Racing is just happy to have him on the team, but he's just not having a good day here today for the title. Currently on lap 8, I'm not sure when the last time all these guys pitted was, because I actually walked away whenever they did the pit cycle. I did not see that. Through the final corner, Down East, again better. Gap is now going to go down to 4 tenths. He is coming. These guys are going to battle tooth and nail, I'll tell you what, because nobody knows when that rain's going to come. There's been 2 separate rain systems come through here, and somehow neither of them hit the track. I don't know how that happened. It's cool to watch here. I want to give you a little in-car camera of the 16. That's what he sees, trying to catch up to that 5. That 5 got really loose there on that corner exit. Down East was really easy on that corner. So is he in within draft range? I don't know. Now the only problem is Swan can't really do much about that. The way Down East is catching him, I do believe he is in the draft, but if I was Swan, I think I would just accept it. Don't go trying to swerve and change lanes, trying to keep him out of the draft, because that's just going to slow you down even more. Now it looks like he's trying it. Gap is now down to 3. Gap is 3 tenths, yet look at how much space is in between those cars. You can almost see every car in the field with that one camera view. That was insane looking. Down East has officially caught up to the 5 car. He is on his bumper now down into this tight braking zone. Let's see which lane the 16 decides to go with. I honestly thought the 5 was going to break early, and I thought Down East was going to absolutely clobber the 5, but that is not what happened. Gap is now back up to 3 tenths, because Down East was, I think, almost under a tenth, but now it's quickly gone back up. Now, does Down East try to make a move here on this straightaway? Or, does he try to wait for the next corner? Looks like he's going to go here. They are door to door. Or no, they're not. I thought they were. Swan's car, dude. Both of them, dude. They are so loose. Gap is now back up to 4/10. Don't mind what you're hearing in the background. I'll tell you what, though, with the speed the 16 car has, it's pretty good that the 5 car's holding him off for now, because I thought the 16 would go right around it, but Swan is putting up a good fight. Now down into this tight last chicane here. Again, man, Swan has maintained this gap, and now he's actually increased on it a little bit. I love how it went all the way up to 1.2 seconds, then it went to 8/10, now it's back down to 7. That gap between the top two is just going all over the place. See down, he's fighting the wheel in that 16 car. Frankie has come down pit road. He only had 10% gas left. And now that Down East is this close going into the straightaway, he should be able to suck right up to him and possibly get the position. I think what you're going to see here is Down East is going to fight and go by, and then Swan's going to fight and go by, and they're just going to exchange the position down the entire straightaway. So here goes Down East for the first attempt, even though they're staying kind of even. He didn't get that much of a run. Oh my gosh, they're staying pretty dead even. This is like a drag race down the straightaway. And now all of a sudden Swan regained the faster advantage, so I guess Swan has better straight line speed than the 5 car, or than the 16 car, sorry. Down East is going to try that again, even though it quite literally did not work. 3,000 now, he's literally even with them. The gap situation on the left is just going crazy. Swan's trying to stay on his quarter panel. I think Down East might have it this time. Swan, nope, Swan's going to get it back on the inside line. How far is Down East going to push it? Wow, I can't believe Down East completed that on the outside, but what a move. I think Swan cut him a little bit of a break there, because if he would have gunned it there in the middle of the corner, he probably would have cut his quarter panel down, but good driving by both of those guys. And now with Down East in the lead, I'm not sure if Swan's going to be able to get back up to him, because again, Swan does not have very good luck in dirty air. Now he's going to go for the pass though to the inside. No, he's not. Thought better of it. That was a really stupid move, because he's going to lose some time because of that. Still 3/10. The thing is, Down East is good in dirty air, but he's even better in clean air, so I don't know, man. We're almost getting to a point now where it might be final pit stop time. Again, the Silent Hill fog has rolled in. It was gone there for a little bit, but now all of a sudden it's back. I guess we should welcome Pyramid Head in the stupid spectator stand. Swan is not going to go away easily again. This is the championship. Well, if these guys just, again, roll the dice and think it's not going to rain, they could make one more pit stop, potentially. I have really good audio on this, and I do believe it might be starting to rain, actually. It sounds like there's rain coming down. I cannot confirm that. It's bad when I'm starting to try to look at driver's windshield to see if I see any rain. I'm not seeing any. but it sounds like it. So with the pit stop starting, we're going to look at the weather radar. I think right now it might be kind of a light drizzle, but if that's the case, I do believe it's going to build up more than that. So you saw the first weather system move through. Now you're seeing the second one. Now what's happening? Is there weather on there right now? Oh my gosh, yes there is. Holy crap, look at that rain coming through. Oh my gosh, yep, that's happening. That's guaranteed happening. That is some dark, dark blue on the radar. So there's about to be a lot of rain. Now let's see what tires these guys chose. Down East went with wets. Swan went with wets. Clone went with intermediates. Frankie is just now coming down pit lane. Holy crap. Let's see what Pudge went with. Intermediates. Alright, so the top two are on wets. Third and fourth place are on intermediates. Let's see what Frankie gets to whenever he gets out of the pit stop. Let me tell you something, y'all. You see the rain drops hitting the track right there, but this track is about to get really soaked. And yeah, these cars handle a lot differently in the rain. Swan has already said many times when they interviewed him that his car is one of the worst cars in rain. It's just so hard to handle. Oh, I'm nervous right now. I'm really nervous for these guys. Because might I remind you, still 850 horsepower, and even though they have the tires ready for this track, it's still 850 horsepower in a behemoth Camaro. All of that power, all of that overdrive, and they still have to try to drive on a wet track. Well, we're going to try to watch everybody because, again, if somebody messes up, they will bring out a yellow flag. Jeez, Frankie's using every inch of the racetrack there. He is literally a minute from the leader. That's insanity. Now this turn here involves a lot more braking than what it does when it's dry. Hopefully nobody shoots off into the sand. Looks like everybody's fine there. That was good to see. Alright, so the track is beginning to get pretty wet out there. Once you see those standing puddles, that's when you know that this track is really, really just gone, basically. You're going to hear the rain in the background now because, again, the audio in this game picks it up really good. See the 5 car really wiggling. Now, again, this is going to be a challenge for the 5 car because, again, that 5 car is wicked unstable in the wet conditions. Here in a second, we're going to look at that weather radar again because I want to see where the heavy stuff is on the radar. See, Down East car is holding a way more stable line than that 5 car. In fact, even though Clone's getting really loose back here, Clone's actually in position to try to catch up to Swan for second place. Alright, so while these guys come through the last couple of corners here, we're going to check out the weather radar. I want to watch to see if Clone gets around the 5 real quick. Jeez. Cars are snapping, they're spinning the wheels, they're just hydroplaning, they're doing everything, man. Swan closed up a lot on Down East right there. Really quickly, one more time we're going to look at this, because after this I don't think we have to look at it again. Obviously it's raining, I just want to see where that dark blue strip is. Again, that first weather system moved through here on the left and right, didn't hit us. Second one did, right here. And now all of a sudden, right there, that dark blue. Oh yeah, we are officially in the dark blue, and then there's a one more really dark blue section after that. and then we will be clear of the rain. So the track might actually begin to dry off by the time we get to the end of this. Which, trust me, I do believe everybody would love to see, but right now it's proving to be a challenge for Down East because he has lost a lot of that lead gap he had to Swan. Swan is now, the gap is 8/10. Look at Swan wheeling that thing, man. That car is anything but stable. Again, man, I think you drive a little bit better when there's a championship on the line. Gap is now down to 6/10. Swan's actually really closing that gap. Oh, jeez. I know this is loud. I can barely hear myself talking through this. Swan is going to suck all the way up to Down East. That's going to leave Clone in the dust. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened to him, but he fell way off of the pace. I think he might have simply spun out in the rain back there in one of those corners. Where does Swan go with this run? Does he go to the outside? Does he even try to make a move? Looks like he will. Actually, no, it doesn't. Swan actually got way off, but he's going to let Down East keep the spot. Down East! Late break! Really late break by both of the front two cars! And while Clone did overshoot it just a little bit, he had a way better corner than those top two. Unfortunately, it's not going to help his gap much, but still, that was a way better corner. 1.1 seconds is now the gap between the top two. Man, we are on lap 12 out of 15. There's going to be 3 laps to go once they cross the start-finish line, and again, with this rain... Don't forget, y'all, all 5 of the drivers you see here tonight, they'll all be in the Cup Championship on Monday. And then the Cup Championship will also have Lone in it. And then one other driver, I can't remember who the other guy is. Oh, Fabi, duh, regular season champion. Gap to Down East is now 2.6 seconds. Swan's car has finally fallen off. I mean, he is struggling in that 5 car. Gap is now over 3 seconds. Swan he cannot keep that car straight. And again, Swan is the defending series champion, trying to go back-to-back for titles. Down East is trying to get some revenge for Colleague Racing after the absolute choke job in the FBS race. The only good thing about this right now is that all of these cars are driving pretty slow. So I don't think they're using as much fuel as when they do when the track's dry, so I think they should all be good to the end. But now watch, on a soaking wet track, that's when somebody will go dry by the end of this race. Gap is still 3.3 again. Down East car, it looks really stable. I think Down East just hopped a puddle back there in that corner. Swan hopped the same one, almost went too far to the inside. Now it's up to 4 seconds, 4.2, 4.3. He's fallen way off of the pace. Swan might be looking at that championship just driving away from him right now. Well, now if you look in the back, all of a sudden, Clone is caught back up to Swan, if that tells you anything about how bad that 5 car is right now. Clone, man, he's in a spot. If he could catch up to Swan's draft, that'd almost really benefit both of them. Even in the rain. In fact, if I was Swan, I'd almost think of letting off a little bit, letting Clone get to you, because right now, he's driving away from the 3 car down the straightaway. That is not what I would do. Especially when those guys are teammates, I would actually consider letting the 3 car get up to you and then just draft. Even if you give up 4 or 5 tenths, you'll make them all up, and then maybe you can make up more time by the end of the straightaway. 2.6 seconds is the gap. I must say this, I think both Swan and Down East are kind of bad in the rain, but Swan is way worse, so as the track starts to get drier without the rain, that will benefit Swan a lot. And again, he actually drove away from Clone pretty good down the straightaway, but again, that would not have been my strategy. Swan cooked it a little bit too hard into that corner. And 2.5 seconds is the gap for the championship. As we look here, things are starting to dry off. No more raindrops falling, so I guess the rain is done with. I don't believe there's any more rain coming tonight, so I do believe that should be all of it. 2.6 seconds is now the gap. Only thing that could change this is a caution, which I really don't think that's going to happen. For reference, Pudge is 1.3 minutes in front of, or about 1.5 minutes in front of Frankie. Frankie is having all sorts of trouble back there in that 48 car. In fact, I'm not even sure what his problem is. Holy crap. I do believe he switched to the wrong tire compound, because I did see him come down pit road a second ago. You see the dry line forming on the track, but that's still not fully dry, and he's trying to take that stupid Camaro full steam with racing soft tires on right now. God, what the... I guess that's your Hail Mary when you're 2 minutes off pace. Well, this is funny because all of a sudden, Swan is 6 seconds off of Clone, and Clone is only 1.6 seconds off of Down East. Coming around this time, there's going to be 2 laps to go, and Clone continues to close in on that gap a little bit. Don't forget, y'all, I just realized Clone went with intermediate tires on that last pit stop, and Down East has wets. Oh my god, and guess what? We've seen this happen before. High speed ring, Clone played the perfect tire strategy, and if we didn't have a mid-race problem, he probably would have came back and won that, except, well, actually he did win it. We had to go to a green-white checker, though, that was the problem. Oh my gosh, so now Clone is in a position where he could potentially get up here and pass Down East. And don't forget, y'all, this is the championship. Oh, this is going to be insane to watch. And the white flag is next time by. I tell you one thing, Clone right now is hoping for there not to be a caution because he might have just played the best strategy. And if I'm being completely honest right now, I'm on the edge of my seat and up here in the booth. Oh my gosh. Looking back here, Swan and Pudge, they're all just out of it, I think, for the most part. Clone is 9/10 off of the 16 again. I don't think he's going to make up anything on the straightaway. I think Down East's car is just a little bit more tailored than his is for the straight line speed. However, with those intermediate tires, Clone is in a position where he could easily get around that 16 car. He should have way more grip than him. But again, even with wet tires, the 16 car is still very fast. Holy God. Look how far away he is. Oh my God. I'm sorry, but obviously I'm unbiased commentator up here in the booth, but I'm the team owner of that 3 car, and right now I'm thinking of the possibilities of him pulling this off. Oh. I think Clone's going to lose a lot of time right there because he, Oh no! And Clone just sent it off into the sand. Way too hard of a brake job there. Oh no! 4.2 seconds is the gap. He now falls to 4.5 seconds. Oh, he went too far to the outside in the wet section of the track. Oh man, that's a huge gap to have to make up. Again, he still has better tires, but oh man. The track is looking almost completely dry up here where Down East is, so again, the intermediates should be working their magic. He closed up a couple of tenths in that section alone, but it's going to take a lot more than that. actually blue sky back there in the sky. 4.1. I mean, he's gonna close, but I don't think he can make up 4 seconds in one lap. I'm telling you what, Swan pitted for different tires. I think Down East was gonna consider doing that until he had Clone knocking up his door. Because Clone can go to the end on intermediates, he's gonna have enough speed. I don't know though, man. Clone's gonna have to make the drive of his life. Is it possible? Yes. However, you have to be absolutely on top of your game to make this happen. And you're going up against one of the league's best in that 16 car. I mean, he almost cut it in half. He's down to 2.7 seconds. And Down East is not pitting. He is sending it on those wet tires. All right, y'all. This is the Oshkosh Series Championship for Season 3. 2.5 seconds separate the top two, and one of them has better tires. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. This will decide the champion. 1.9 seconds is the gap. The amount of time that Clone closed up back there in that section, he could do it again. He just has to keep your head on, don't make any mistakes, and you'll be fine. Down East went really slow through that section. Clone sent it all the way to the outside. He lost a lot of time right there. He's fine though, just got to keep your foot in it. 2.1 seconds. Oh, this is insane. Clone is in a position right now, he could become the champion. He's losing a lot of time right now. I think the car is starting to get away from him just a little bit. Not what he wants to see. Get a good corner exit. It's still 2.6 seconds. Again, across the start-finish line, he was 1.9 seconds off. But out of the straightaway, he was 4.7 back. So he made up. That's over 2 seconds. So, I mean, it's going to be close. However, if he does not mess up the turn at the end of the straightaway, he could do it. Oh, this is insanity. This is absolute pure insanity. I also hope that he has enough gas. I'm not sure what the fuel situation is on any of these guys, but they all pitted around lap 10 or 11, so I think they should be good. The gap is now 3 seconds. Down East is running at about 2:18. Clone is running at 2:15. He's losing time. Oh my, I cannot believe he messed up that last corner. There's one thing I know, if he didn't mess up that corner on the last lap, in this upcoming turn, Clone would have undoubtedly won this championship. Looking up at the front, Down East was really conservative there. Clone will hit his mark this time. There you go, buddy, let's go. Frank crashed back there, he stayed out of the way. 3.3 seconds is the gap for now. Oh, Down East is still pulling on him. Clone's going to have to drive out of his mind to catch up to Down East. Oh my god, I can't believe he messed up that corner. I would have loved to have seen what would have happened if he didn't mess that corner up. But here we go. These are the time crunch zones. The track is basically dry right now, so Clone can use every inch of the track. 3.1. Tell you what though, Down East, he's been very good this season, and last season he had just a way off season, didn't win anything. Now he tries to come back and become the champion this season. 2.9 seconds, there's minimal corners left. I don't think Clone's going to be able to do it. So got to be happy for Down East though, because again, I'm unbiased up in the booth. And again, you got to give all props, because Down East, after rebounding from last season and being completely dry, he has certainly made a heck of a drive. Out of the final corners, Clone just simply ran out of time, and that one mistake absolutely killed his championship hopes. Clone has nothing to hang his head about. He's going to come home second in the point standings in Oshkosh. That is one heck of a thing to be able to say. However, Down East, around the final corners, Colleague Racing, welcome home the hardware, because Colleague Racing is officially a champion in the Oshkosh Series. Down East will win the Oshkosh Series Championship for Season 3. Clone brought it home to 1.5 seconds. Again, I think one more lap he would have had him. If he didn't crash in that one corner, he would have had him. Pudge is going to come home third. Well, geez, maybe. Swan just was not able to weather the rain. Swan is way actually a lap down. Just waiting here a second for the 5 car to come all the way around. I do believe he was paused there for a second. That's why that car is taking a bunch of weird lines. He's just paused auto driving. But give it up for Down East, y'all. And hey, y'all got to give a huge tip of the hat to Clone, because that was one heck of a strategy call, one heck of a drive. And it sucks that one mistake in one corner basically took it from him. But again, he'll be back next season. He's definitely going to bring that 3 car back. And oh man. Alright, we'll save the replay. And then here are your results. Officially, the final race of the 3rd season of the Oshkosh series. Oh, that was insane, man. I must say, after the pack being so spread out, it was crazy that it came down to 2 cars running really close together there at the end. Dear God, dude. Frank finished 1 lap behind. Swan finishes over 1 minute behind. I know he was paused, but still. Podge was 19 seconds off, and then Clone was only 1.5 seconds. 1 more lap, Clone would have had him easily. I'm going to interview both Down East and Clone. Give these guys a second to get the cooldown lap set up. So officially, with that, there are now 3 different drivers who are now champions of the Oshkosh series, and also 3 different teams. Because SKR won Season 1, Haas won Season 2, and now Colleague, out of nowhere, from the back of the room, will win Season 3. Alright, y'all, we're going to start the burnout lap, sorry, the cooldown lap, and we're going to get into that main chat and start getting some interviews going.
Can we just do a 4 wide?
Yeah. Actually, let the champion be the way on me.
Here, scooch over a little, Frankie.
I thought we were going 4.
Yeah. Move over. Just a little.
Oh.
No, Frank, other side.
You can be in the middle, it's fine.
I'm so confused.
Points order.
Got it.
More like finish order.
Well, y'all,
True.
that was an insane race. Before I interview the champion, I must interview someone else first. Because that was one of the almost was one of the biggest upsets ever in the NFRL history. So, Clone, you got a copy?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it. That was your race. That was your championship. That literally was yours. Right before you underbraked in that one corner, man, I thought you had him dead to rights because that tire that you chose on that one pit stop, man, that easily gave you the race. And again, mistakes happen. You have nothing to hang your head about. But you're officially gonna come home second in the Oshkosh standings. I mean, how does it feel to have 4 win stickers on that car, knowing that you're going to come back next season and have just as much pace?
Don't really know how to feel right now. I'm just still kind of proud that I made that. It was such an easy mistake to fix too. I could have just been on the brakes a little more. I tried to ease into the corner. I was too greedy. And it cost me the championship, and that's just looming over my head right now. So
I just want to tell you, man, as a team owner, I am so proud of you because out of everybody in this race, I wasn't really expecting you to contend much in the middle of the race. I thought you might have maybe threw a Hail Mary somewhere to really get yourself up there, but no, you chose intermediate tires, and all of a sudden you were literally running down one of the fastest guys we have in this league, and you closed up over 2 seconds in that last sector coming to the white flag. So again, you have nothing to be ashamed about. Second place points finish. I think that's the first time you've ever had a runner-up in the points, and I just want you to be so proud of yourself because you have done so much this season. 3-point race victories and winning the Turtle Beach Showdown. Everybody is so proud of what you've been able to accomplish, brother, and I really hope you have a good off-season.
Yep, thank you.
Well, there's probably a chemical fire back here at the start of this straightaway because all I see is smoke. Down east, you got a copy?
I do.
So, let me ask this before I go back into character. Am I laggy at all?
It's better than it was before.
Okay, good. So, I've mentioned it on stream a couple of times how Colleague basically got outright embarrassed at the FES championship just because circumstances and Blue Moon Speedway playing a big factor, but I know Colleague was devastated after y'all were the team to beat all season. Y'all still finished with more points than any other driver, and you were scored second in points, but I thought Colleague was going to come tonight with a vengeance, but you literally came out here and just basically desecrated the entire field all night. Most laps led, fastest lap in both stages, and I mean, now you're the first driver in NFRL history to have 2 different championships under your belt. What's the feeling?
I mean, coming into this race, I wasn't really sure how I was going to be on par with the competition because I caught wind before the race that RFK have actually practiced here both in the rain and at night, which I'm fortunate Pudge did not make us race in complete darkness. The rain, I did expect that, and I took the knowledge I learned at Suzuka East and kind of did it here where once I put on rain tires, I didn't decide to go into pit road and throw slicks back on. I was just going to toughen it out on heavy wets, knowing that Clone was behind me in intermediate. I was just going to try to not make as many mistakes as I can, and I guess it somehow prevailed itself. I mean, I guess you can say that the team has had an up and down season in this series, probably mostly down than up, but I'm really proud of what this team can do, and I'm glad that we can add another trophy to the case before I go into a very long break for the next season.
So you mentioned the tires. That's my next question. I wanted to know, how were you feeling seeing Clone cut off literally over 2 seconds of gap between the second to last sector and the start-finish line coming to the white flag? And then I'm curious, how hard would you have raced him knowing that he was that much faster on different tires?
If I have to be completely honest with you, I would have raced him less harder than I would have Swan. There's a reason behind that. I'm not going to get into it. But I knew that him and I were going to be dead even in this form of that he was going to be faster on his tires, but I could kind of get into parts of the track where wets work better than intermediates, so I would say it was kind of dead even. But I knew once the pavement got drier, obviously the wet tires, they cause more friction, they heat up, they burn faster. Intermediates, not so much. So I knew that when the track started getting dry with about 2 laps to go, I just knew that I kind of had to keep the gap between me and Clone the same as it was and just anticipate braking earlier than I'm used to. But yeah, I would have raced Clone less harder than I would have Swan for certain reasons.
Okay, well, I will not get into those reasons. However, I must say, this is one of the most insane things I have to bring up. So that, you won stage 1, correct? Just have to recall.
Yes, I did.
So you finished the race with not only a championship, but a race sweep. And now let's just go over and look at some season stats, shall we? Because now, Colleague is tied with 2 other drivers for most race wins on the season with 3. You have the most stage wins on the season with 5. And now with your all-time stats, you now have 4 race wins, and you have 10 stage wins, which is only 8 stage wins off of the first place person with most stage wins. So you are very much, but you're very quickly climbing the ranks in the Oshkosh series, and I know you're going to be a force to be reckoned with whenever Colleague comes back after next season.
I mean, I know during the off season I'm going to be, doing a lot of recovery and healing, but when I'm hoping that during that time I have a bit more free time on my plate to, practice any new equipment that we're going to be using next season. I'm not sure if this car is going to stay the same for next season. It could be not. But if it is, and I know what the schedule looks like, I'm going to try to practice a little bit more than what I did this season, just because I want to be more confident as we go into race day.
Well, man, not to bring any more pressure to you, but now being a 2-time champion in 2 different series, you still have a shot to go win the Cup Series and pocket some major, major bank in that race. So I hope Colleague brings all of their efforts into it and really gives them a good run. And not only can I can't say congratulations enough to you, but I'll just give you a very brief open mic. Is there anything you want to say to anybody out there?
I want to thank all the guys in this series. I mean, I know we always butt heads a lot, and we get on each other's nerves, Pudge, with your rain. But no, it's honestly fun to race with these guys. I mean, yeah, we have our disagreements. We sometimes piss each other off, but honestly, I just want to thank the other guys that race in this league, let alone this series, because it's always fun just to race with these guys and always have a good laugh while doing it.
Well, man, just again, Oshkosh Series champion Colleague Racing now has championship inked into that team's history forever now. And again, I cannot wait to see you race more if I commentate another season again, which hopefully I will. And again, have fun taking that piece of machinery to victory lane, and good luck whenever you come back, and also good luck in the Cup Championship.
Thanks, much appreciated.
Well, y'all, I hope y'all have enjoyed this, because that is a 2-hour and 16-minute stream for only a 2-stage race. That is just absolutely bonkers. I hope you all were on the edge of your seat like I was, because when I saw Clone closing in with those intermediates, I was going absolutely insane. Mostly because I'm on his team, but again, you know, unbiased booth person, I was just excited to see that much of a competition between the drivers after they got mainly spread out. But again, check the description of this video and all the newer ones coming out, because we do have all of the seasons running right now in an official playlist. So Cup Season 5, Oshkosh Season 3, FES Season 3. You can watch all of those seasons in its entirety, start to finish. And yeah, Down East, Clone, and Swan, all three of them are tied for most race wins on the current season. They each had 3. That's absolutely insanity. And then the only other driver to win a race was Pudge. He got 1 win at Suzuka East, which I know Down East remembers. But thank you all so much for watching, and I am going to shout out league sponsors, because again, this is a championship race. It's one of our premier events of the series and season. So a shout out to Lone Wolf and Pudge. They both take money out of their own pockets to put towards our prize pool, none of which goes to this series, but they still go to the league. So thank you very much to those two. Thanks to Wheels. He's a Madden YouTuber, and also he Twitch streams a lot. Look up Wheels FL on Twitch. And then shout out to Fabianski for all the work and effort he puts into our Cup series. Very much appreciate what he does for us. And again, y'all, you thought this race was wild? Just wait until Monday, because again, we're going live at 7 p.m. Eastern. 7 cars all have a shot to win the title. The winner of that becomes a Cup champion and also pockets $110 in cold hard cash. So I hope y'all come out and watch that. We can't wait to see you there. And again, can't wait to see all these guys battle at Blue Moon Speedway. So thank y'all so much for watching, and we will see you next time.